Alright guys, shocking news enough as the angry Nigerian boys actually refused with the current APC leaders that all their plans with regards to rigging of the upcoming election will not work. But I want you guys to pay attention to what this guy said in this particular video. Another update also that follows, that is in respect of this same electoral matter. Please let's take a watch.
If you must know, the rigging process for the 2027 election has already begun. The strategy to rig 2027 is already in place, and I'll tell you exactly what is happening. Please pay attention. You know, when you see a bully is one who prides himself on meeting torture on suspected weaklings. A bully cannot thrive without his support, without his sycophants. Now, here is what is happening. First and foremost, the greatest way that you can manipulate a people is to take the hope away from them. Once you lose hope, once the oppressor succeeds in taking hope from you, then you are under his captivity. It is only hope an oppressor is scared of. That bully I just made example of will be scared when he begins to see the person he is bullying begins to have audacity. Now, here is what hope does. Hope gives you courage. Hope stirs up something in you. And believe you me, when you begin to have one hope, two hopes, three hopes, 5, 10, thousands, millions of hopes put together, your oppressor will be afraid. They have weaponized poverty so that when election comes, they can always buy you with as little as 500, 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira. They have decided not to educate you because they can sell you propaganda and you will swallow them. They can sell you lies and you will swallow them. So, when they say that election this time, they said they will not register new political parties, that is a strategy for rigging. Because they know that if an alliance is formed, properly formed, obviously they will need to register in a new party. Now, they can't go to PDP because Wike is there doing a yeoman's job of making sure that he destroys the party. They can't go to Labour Party because Tinubu and his Arabambi and the other native doctor, they are there messing up things. But let me tell you something that you should try, that I know they will not mess up. If you know you have good conscience, if you know you are a good person, which is very few, the number of good people in the country now is very, very few, you must not let them kill your hope. You must not let them kill that hope. You must not begin to say words like, I bet Nigeria is gone, nothing can be done about it. Those that are saying you should split Nigeria, you cannot. Who will split it? The same people who have already cut Nigeria, they can't split it. So if you begin to exert disillusionment, saying that there's no hope for this country, then they've won. They've won. So we have to build that hope. Watch and let them know that any attempt to rig will be met with dangerous consequences, will be met with a dangerous revolution, will be met with not protest, dangerous revolution that each of these politicians, they will be caught and they will be beaten. If you let them know that they put their life in danger by playing with the lives of 200, how many of them? They're not up to 1,000. Controlling the lives of millions of us. Now, for you who have been indoctrinated, who have been brainwashed by religion and ethnicity, we go join una bituna too. We go join all of una bituna too. We go join, because it is you people that have made those religious fanatics and these tribalists. It is a lot of you that has made this suffering to last this long. If not, assuming you add your voice to bad governance, this thing will not happen. But you feign not to see bad governance because the person there is your tribesman. Imagine Tinubu was an Igbo man causing this. I know those of you saying Tinubu till 20 something. I know what you would have said. I know what you would have said. But hey, when it's a Yoruba man in power, no protests, no occupy places. When the Yoruba man is failing in governance, no protests, no occupying of places. When the Fulani man is in power and failing in governance, no occupying, no protests. This country can't move this way. This country cannot run this way at all. And I tell you that the only reason why the country, those perpetuating this bad governance, is because one good man never noticed another good man day. One hope has not joined with another hope and joined with another hope, joined with another hope, and it became millions of hope. Once they have millions of hope, courage begins to build. And when courage begins to build, that revolution that we have sold, what happened in Lekki is a child's play. But that revolution that is coming, because hunger has no language, that revolution that you saw, that has been elusive, will definitely come. So you must let them know that they had better do the right thing, or there will be serious gbege in this country. Let them know that you are not afraid. Let them know. I like this other lady, what's her name? That lady that said she will go to the polling unit, one hand with your voter's card, another hand with protection. So you should go to that polling unit with your voter's card, and anybody who is going to intimidate you, come out your protection, wear condom. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the bully, a bully, you see one bully with just 2 supporters going around bullying everybody in school. But hey, how many are they? Just 3, and the whole school of how many thousand? Look, go there with no smile. Let them know that look, violence is not a monopoly of the oppressor. Violence is not a monopoly of the cheater. Violence is not the monopoly of a rigger. Violence can also be gotten when people desire a good thing.
When they see this video, Abi, this video now for hope. Now people when them pay and come out, when they protest in support of Tinubu for 2027. But if you ask them now, they will tell you it's not a rally, then they do. But if when many Nigerians come out to protest, you go see as police go to shoot tear gas anyhow. But see as these useless people now, they protest with Tinubu be and ban and everything. Police they front with healers, they escort them, they protect them, then they sing, they dance. Police they escort them. Inspector General of Police, go better for you. Expired Inspector General of Police. Go better for you. Better come. See as they come out now, they protest. As they protest, they protest. And in the support of the useless failed government, you release your men to guide and protect them, to give them security. But when many Nigerians like myself come out to protest about the suffer and the pain we they feel for this country, you say your useless voice to come tear gas us, they shoot us like ammunition. And go better for you. And they talk with anger, they pain. No go better for you, Inspector General of Police. Arrest me if you want to arrest me. Kill me if I won't kill me. Protest our fundamental constitutional right, but I don't make a look as if say anybody stand up to protest against the evil government and threat. I'm going to waste us. Enough is enough. See, nobody can fear again for this country. You hear me? Nobody can fear me like I fear. What happened? Useless people come out and they don't pay money, they protest in support of the government. When I carry police, they escort them. They blow siren. Useless police. But when many Nigerians come out to talk about the hardship, about the hunger, when I'm going to shoot us tear gas, I'm going to scatter us, Abi. Don't worry, a day shall come when Nigerians will stand up with one voice. We stand up with one strength and fight to the end and chase out all these useless, bastard, old, useless politicians. I mean, they talk, flag boy. I remember myself, aka you talk, you die, you don't talk, you go still die. I mean, they talk. Enough is enough. Nigerians, stand up and fight.
Governor of Rivers State, Ijesom Wike, told President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at a function that he should rest assured, that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should rest assured that the so-called, according to him, the so-called coalition of politicians and political parties against his re-election in 2027 is dead on arrival. I want to appeal to Nigerians not to allow the coalition to be dead on arrival, because Nyesom Wike, who is saying this, is from the People's Democratic Party and reassuring President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress to be rest assured of his re-election in 2027. So you then question the integrity of the chieftains of the People's Democratic Party still rallying around Nyesom Wike and hoping in him to help them revive the People's Democratic Party. You have nothing to hang on. If you have nothing else to hang on, why don't you hang on God rather than hanging on Nyesom Wike? I don't want to believe that you are not sincere in your hanging around Wike, but whether you are sensible, because sincerity and sensibility are not the same. You may be sincere and be ignorant in your sincerity. You may be sincere and be foolish in your sincerity. So, but because you have to look at the reality on ground, Nyesom Wike abandoned the People's Democratic Party to get appointment from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu because he sold his Rivers State to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, fielded by another political party, the APC. So, yes, it's disloyalty to the party is glaring beyond guess. So, why, rally around such a person to hope for what? And it's the same. You, common Nigerians, you want the best for yourself, for your country, and you allow the scheming of these self-serving politicians to sway you to the side of the All Progressives Congress to achieve what? To perpetuate degradation. You need to be informed of what is happening around us, of the emergence of Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso, and to see the stride of development in Burkina Faso, for getting somebody who is patriotic, who is focused, while our own rulers Islamize and Christianize the country. And because of that, the overwhelming majority Christians and Muslims are in disarray, even when many of them don't know that the country is in disarray. So, if the coalition is dead on arrival, it means that the retrogression of Nigeria since 2015 till date getting worse rather than improving. We continue. There's no doubt that President Tinubu has nothing for Nigeria other than to perpetuate the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community he inherited from Umaru Musa Yar'Adua in 2009, perpetuated by Goodluck Ebele Asikiwe Jonathan 2011 to 2015, and by Muhammadu Buhari, who added herdsmen terrorism 2015 to 2023, 8 years. And now by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who said all subsidies are gone and devalued the naira while paying workers less than living wage, and claiming to be transferring funds to indigent households while turning workers' households into indigent households. So if businesses have relocated and are relocating from Nigeria. Businesses are shrinking and collapsing in Nigeria. Workers or artisans have minimal patronage. Because who will patronize them? The workers are poorly paid. The naira is devalued. Hyperinflation is in town. Everybody is managed. Even farmers who are being attacked by S-men terrorists, whatever they get, sometimes they don't get market for it. And when they get market for it, the patronage is terribly low. And here are politicians, self-serving politicians, trooping into the All Progressives Congress and saying that the coalition against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is dead on arrival. I want to say that the coalition must not be dead on arrival. Workers, artisans, business people rise in support of the coalition, because there is no other way if we want the status quo to change. If we want a better lease of life, we have no option than to rally around this coalition. But the drivers of the coalition must be sensitive to the issue of justice. Congress was not sensitive to the issue of justice when they picked Bola Ahmed Tinubu from the Southwest. So zonally, they committed injustice. They were not sensitive to the issue of justice and equity when they insisted on Muslim tickets. Oh my God, that level of insensitivity. So where is sense of balance? And so nothing is balanced. And you think that it must continue that way. If you think that it must not continue that way, then and you want to reposition the country and not to get power for the sake of getting power, because that's the real issue now. So the coalition will not be dead but victorious if the drivers are sensitive to the issues of justice and equity, zonally and religion-wise to start with. And other things must follow. We must reverse all this so-called fuel subsidy in a nation that is living on fuel money and has nowhere to subsidize fuel whatsoever. So these are fundamental issues. And then removing subsidies from basic necessities of life to be funding pilgrimages with whopping more than 90 billion. And even what President Tinubu gave to Christian Association of Nigeria, that is not professing, only God can know that. But is Nigeria created for Christianity and Islam or for Nigerians? That's a fundamental question that many Nigerians are not asking, that they should ask if they want their country to develop and life to be robust for them and not suffering in the midst of plenty. There's no other way than to address issues of justice and equity. Because that is fairness. And I don't know which God, for God's sake, is insensitive to equity and justice. And which God will that be? Which God? And so, if we want to be children of God, not religious people, children of God, then we must think of justice and equity. So those who are feeding fat under injustice and inequity are happy and want it to continue. You who don't want it to continue, you must rise and support this coalition. And the drivers must be sensitive to the issue of zonal equity, religious equity, economic equity, political equity. Because all these inequities are bedeviling Nigeria. And until we right the wrong of inequity, will God be happy to even help our nation? So that's the question. Don't let the politicians who are self-serving like Nyesom Wiki and all the governors and functionaries that have defected into the All Progressive Congress, don't let them sway you. You who are suffering, you are in the majority. You are the ones to rise with your PVC and say, we must vote out this corrupt cable. But the drivers of the coalition must come out clean, with clear conscience, feasible, right decisions, feasible, right choices. Then, so it's not a case that another All Progressive Congress will rise and say we will be selling petroleum 100 naira when they know that they mean 2,000 naira. Or that, but Tinubu has told us if he fails to give us electricity, he should not be re-elected. Has he given us electricity? So why, if they are deceiving us, why should we deceive ourselves? For God's sake, why? And I hope that we will wake up from our slumbers, if for ourselves and for our children's children, because our children will have no other country to call their own, as we don't have another country to call our own. So please don't stop sitting on the fence. You government employees, you who have not been opportune to be employed, those who are employed getting poor salaries, and artisans who don't have patronage because of government policies, we should rise above religious and ethnic sentiments for justice and equity that can build a nation.